It's day 3 of Disney. We're here on Capri. Just came up from the funicular. And here's the Bay of Naples. And if you can see through the harbor over there, you can see the Mount Vesuvius. And here's our group.
It literally like went through my brain. I said,
This is the main square.
Sì, se uno non ha, se non piove uno non ha. Yes.
She was coming here to visit the island. So they didn't have time to prepare something special for the queen. What did they do? They decided to grab all those flowers from the garden and they gave it to the queen as a gift. Once the queen left, she had the flowers in a jar of water. Once she left, flowers in a jar of water. Now you're going to notice why he's that exposed, right? Because it's because of the location of the hill. Now from here we overlook, we will see the symbol of the Island of Capri, the 3 big rocks, and the southern side, the Faraioli rocks. Have you ever seen the Dolce Gabbana? Oh, they're right there. Yeah, right.
This building right here, the orange one, is where the Allied invasion of Salerno was planned from. Eisenhower and Churchill met there.
I don't want to lose my hat.
Like blow it up? I think it's better. Big smile. Take a few.
Alexa, I think that's
I'm going up.
whatever. I need my boat photo.
Have seen 100% of the Island of Capri. On our way, of course, once by the other side, we will stop. And you will have a little bit of time for a jump in the water. Okay? Now, now, first of all, everybody, a big welcome on board, of course,
I don't know if you can see
from
there's
the
a road way up
from
on the
our
side of that
capital,
cliff.
Costanzo, and the two members and the two assistants, the members of the crew, Bruno and Michelle. So a big welcome word from them. They are gonna take care of ourselves during this boat tour. Now, if you look on your left-hand side, everybody, you can see the entire Bay of Naples. We have the city of Naples right on our left. Little bit almost in front of us, we have the Sleeping Giant. Tomorrow we're gonna be pretty close to that majestic work over there, Mount Vesuvius. And then in front of us, you'll see in a little bit, we have the mainland we're coming from, where you're staying, where I live, Sorrento, the Sorrento Peninsula. During this boat tour, everybody's time to go to the open sea to spend 1, 2, 3 weeks fishing. They used to wave a Gennarino for the good luck. So they knew that they could have been able to come back to the island of Capri, safe and alive. So we should all say ciao ciao to Gennarino. 1, 2, 3, ciao Gennarino! So everybody now, you know that you're gonna be back to Capri once again, and that's also the cross point to the island of Capri. Just 3 miles. Imagine that, as I told you, while during the walking during Capri, now underwater right here, there is still the huge limestone basement that connects the island of Capri to the mainland. So imagine once they were connected, once Capri was part of it. Check. Lived here for 11 years, ladies and gentlemen. And have a look at the grotto over there. Look back now and look at the grotto. That grotto is known as the Tiberius jump. But not because Tiberius used to jump. The legend says that once the grotto was connected to the veil of the emperor, and from the grotto, everybody, the emperor used to push his enemies, his slaves, even his ex-lovers, all the way down to the seas. That's how the Italian divorce was born, fast and cheap. So you don't need to spend money on it. But imagine how good, how amazing was Tiberius. Once he pushed people down, he used to send soldiers a month because at the Bay of Salerno, everybody, you can see the small islands over there. Those were the islands where the Sirens used to live in the Greek mythology. So everything is really close to each other here. Attached to the limestone cliffs, so that's why you will see all the colors just down below, a little bit below the level of the sea. The sea goes just a little bit down. You can see the corals on the left. Now a little bit below the level of the sea, you can see all the orange corals down below. That's why corals grotto.
Coral grotto.
Holy cow.
Do you want to get even more inside than this? Even closer? Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia Costanzo.
On again.
And do you see all these holes in the cliff, in the rock? But now we are going to see one of the most beautiful grottos that we have around the island of Capri. So get ready to enjoy the white grotto. stalagmites that we have inside the grotto. Now we're turning around the boat, and this white grotto is up above inside. Can you see all the stalactites and stalagmites? If you focus inside the grotto, behind the rails on the right, in white stalagmite, that if you use your imagination, it has the shape of the Virgin Mary. And if you see the Virgin Mary, probably you need to drink a little bit of limoncello, then you will have way more imagination. But it's right up there. You see behind the rails
The little
of it,
figure on the
there
near
is
the
on
railing.
the right a big stalagmite that looks like the Virgin Mary. And now that we get closer, you can look inside. There is the reflection of the turquoise color of the sea. And now the characteristic of this grotto is beautiful because here we can see two different kinds of erosion. Here at the bottom, you can see the grooves into the mountain. That's the sea. And in the middle, we have those horizontal lines, special lines. That's the erosion of. And have a look all the way up now, how beautiful it is up there. We have stalagmites that are long up to 6 feet. And imagine that one stalactite grows up of 1 centimeter every 10 years. So I mean, we have stalactites roughly 2,000 years old inside this grotto, ladies and gentlemen. On the right hand side is red villa on the. This is called the
That
Villa
arch is-
Malaparte, that was built in the 1930 by the famous Italian
like an
writer
elephant's
and
trunk.
journalist Curzio Malaparte, famous for the book that he wrote and published called La Pelle, Skin. He built this villa, and when he built the villa, he painted the villa entirely in red, and gave the shape of it to the shape of an ember to this villa. So if you look at the villa from the sky, it literally has the shape of an ember. Why? Painted in red and the shape of an ember. Because he was a communist. Owns a 20-25 million euros villa on the island of Capri because I have no idea. And now that we keep sailing, you will see down to the left of the villa the private staircase in the small private bay of the villa itself. So he had also his private bay where he could just walk down the steps and have a swim right here. Have a look.
Look at that one up there.
And you can start to spot the staircase now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we can see on the right, this has been the first harbor of the island, built by the Romans. Now, as you can see, it's not an harbor anymore. We have one of the most exclusive beach clubs of the island of Capri. Why one of the most exclusive? Because, ladies and gentlemen, now we are right by the Faralloni rocks. What you have in front on the right hand side, this is the symbol of the island of Capri. The Faralloni rock, the 3 big rocks on the southern side of the island, the rocks that we could see before from the gardens of Grottos, everybody. We saw these rocks from above, from the terrace. And have a look also how beautiful is the arch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is also known as the Arch of Love. Why? Because for good luck, all the couples, you should kiss while facing the arch. If you don't want to break up for the And now, ladies and gentlemen, now that we are approaching the most beautiful area of the island of Capri, also the most exclusive by Marina, Piccola Small Marina, we are going to stop So now we can stop. You can have a little bit of time to
Yeah, they won't throw your life jacket in the water. So if you're not too comfortable, they want you to have it on before you go in.
Okay, so in case you need a life jacket, just raise your hand. Or if you want to be lazy.
Yeah. And there's going to be 2 entry points. This side is ladder.
Oh, perfect. This is nice. So there's 2 entry points.
Over here is where it's green. See. See?
No.
You don't see how it's green?
No.
Take your sunglasses.
No. Looks orange or yellow.
That'd be front of Now I see the to the other side.
Was the private nymphaeum of the Emperor Tiberius. An emperor would like the private swimming pool and thermal baths. Because once, before the island as I told you by the other side and lost the balance, the entrance was not 3 feet above the sea level. The entrance